Hello and welcome to day number 1 of Mary's Mini 4. It's been a little while since I recorded a video now. The entire idea is that I'm meant to have been doing daily vlogs, but what I've noticed is when my mum comes and stays with me, the video schedule goes out of whack just because, you know, the where I edit the videos is in the room that she has to sleep in, and you know, if I'm in there playing with the computer, she can't get to sleep, and you know, it's not a great thing. So this time around I decided to just cut it out entirely, skip a week, because let's face it, I was eating kind of badly as well. I was off plan pretty much the entire time. I did try and get back on, but it didn't really work in most cases. So instead of showing everyone all the temptations and awful things that I ate, just know that it was bad, and I have put on weight since the end of the last Mary's Mini. I think I ended the last one at 106.9 in kilos, which I can't remember in pounds, but I'll put it up on the screen. And starting this one, I weighed in this morning at 109.3, which isn't great. I mean, it's up 2.4 kilos, something like that, I want to say, which is around about 5 pounds, a little bit over. But I suppose in the grand scheme of things, it could be a lot worse. I mean, most of that is going to be just water weight from salt. Just because, you know, like Mary's Mini, I don't add salt to anything, or at least very, very sparingly. So, you know, when I'm off plan, I tend not to drink anywhere near as much water either, which certainly doesn't help matters. So, I don't know, we'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful that I'm going to have like a quick adjustment period and, you know, sort of go from there. So, what we're going to do on this one? Well, this one is definitely a rice mini. I was really, really tempted to do a rice mini as my very, very first Mary's Mini, and I got talked out of it, mainly because it's not quite on brand. I am the great potato mage, so surely I should just do potatoes, like all the other cool kids. So, you know, 3 potato minis later, I figured it's time to switch it up a little bit. I figure I can do sushi and a whole bunch of different stuff like that. I'm sure there's a way of cooking brown rice that gets it the same as sushi rice, and if not, white is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Brown is best, but you can get by with white. And I've got like black rice and all these other different things, and like proper sushi rice and stuff. Like it's basically just like try to lose weight and stick to the rules as best I can. It didn't say anywhere that I couldn't mix rices, so I'm kind of treating it like potatoes. You can have any different type of potatoes, so long as it's not sweet potatoes. So I'm just going to have any type of rice. Whether or not that is compliant or not, I don't know. I suppose I'll find out at some point. Someone either mention it in the comments, or I'll, you know, I'll see someone else has run into the problem. But, you know, such is life, I guess. Like, if it turns out that I've done it wrong and I've failed already, even after just one day, well, I'll just have to deal with it, won't I? Oh, dear me. So, what we doing? Well, essentially, every single meal of my day is going to be based around rice. Now, that didn't quite work out in day 1. I'm actually recording this on the morning of day 2, which is why it looks a little bit different. So day 1, first thing, I experimented a little bit. I had sweet rice. Now, I've never made it before, and it was basically an attempt at making something along the lines of rice pudding without adding milk and cream and stuff like that in. And I mean, as like a breakfast item, it was kind of okay. It was rice, it was just sweet. There was a little bit of cinnamon in there, which is the coloration that you can see. And it was fine. I definitely made too much out of inexperience. I made like a cup of dry rice. And that just came out as like probably twice the amount that I needed, or at least twice the amount that I could manage without feeling a little bit, whoa. Not super full, not over full, just like, you know, when you eat too much of a sweet thing, like, yeah, that. So it was pretty good. It was tasty, and I don't. Oh, hello, cat. What's wrong? What's wrong, Dexter? It's all right. I'll be finished in a moment, and then I'll come and give you pets. I know that you're not out of food because you've got 2 food bowls now. I know you're not out of water because we've got your fountain there. Cats. Hi. Hey. You want to be? You want to be famous again? Here you go. All right. Oh yes, very loud cat. Yeah. So. Basically, I'm probably not going to make it again. I'm not a big lover of sweet. Get off of that. I'm not a big lover of sweet things, like sweet breakfasts and all that sort of stuff. Like, I don't usually go in for them anyway. Plus, I'm never usually up early enough to enjoy them. And the last thing that I want to do on a morning is put food in my face, because usually it's morning and I just need coffee or something, which... Again, I actually don't drink all that often, but on occasion, you know. Yeah, so sweet rice. Sweet rice experiment is all right. It's fine. As I say, I'm probably not going to make it again, but it was an attempt. Now, because I'd eaten that on a morning, I was way too full and just not in the mood for rice for lunch. So I figured, look, I need to eat something, because, like, you know, I feel like a little bit hungry. What can I do? I know, let's just do a salad. So I got some lettuce out and chopped up some tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff, and put on some chipotle spicy sauce, because I picked it up in Real. Yeah, picked it up in Real, one of the big supermarkets here in Germany, and it's wonderful. It gives this wonderful smoky barbecue flavour. Even just on that, it's not particularly spicy, but it's very, very good. So that was a nice little experiment. After that, took Rowan, put him to bed. He had his little nap, and then I saw someone make this the other day, which really looked quite nice. It's roasted vegetables. It's broccoli, cauliflower, carrot, green beans, and sprouts. I boiled them up because they were all frozen. Drained them off, laid them out on a latex baking sheet, silicone baking sheet, I should say. Put it in the oven for, I don't know, about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And yeah, just sprinkled on some curry powder and some garlic salt. Well, garlic powder. Anyway, and yeah, that was pretty tasty, actually. Served it up with some wild rice, like the sort of mixed brown and black. That was really, really good. That was really tasty. I've got 2 more portions of that set off to one side in the fridge, so that just needs like microwaving and it's ready to go. And while I was recording my first version of this vlog entry last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, the rice cooker went off, and you know, I'd sort of cooked an absolute ton of jasmine rice. I think I cooked like 3 dry cups worth, and just ended up with this mass of rice. So I served myself up a little bowl of the jasmine rice with some chipotle sauce on, and some, some black sesame seeds. I think like a tiny little sprinkling of the sesame seeds is okay. I'm gonna have to check the guidelines. But I did some, like a little sprinkling of white sesame seeds on the vegetables, and then a little sprinkling of the black on this. Now, the sesame seeds thing is like, it's not like a deal breaker for me to have them. Like, if it turns out they're not compliant, I'll just add an extra day on the end of my mini. So I'll do like 11 days of rice mini instead of 10, and I'll just not use the sesame seeds again. But the way I figured was, you know, it doesn't really say anything about them, I don't think. There we go. It's the end of day number 1. I am, well, end of day number 1 was last night, and now it's day number 2, but I'm recording this in the morning because it's easier to think and get on when you're not really tired. Yeah, I think everything's going to go fine. I mean, day 1 is definitely within the honeymoon period. What I found is when I'm doing mini anyway, I go about 5 or 6 days and I'm like, yeah, everything's great. And then immediately on that last sort of stretch, on that last like 3 or 4 days, that's when it gets hard. And it's really just not fun experimenty thing anymore. So I don't know, with rice being a little bit different to what I've done before, I'm hopeful that I'm going to do okay, but I don't know, we'll see, won't we? So, thank you very much for joining me. If you are following along on your own Mary's Mini, be that you've just started it or you're in the middle of it, best of luck. I hope that all of us stick to it. And, you know, we all make some progress. Like, I know Atlanta Creole's doing another one, and there's a couple of other people in the Facebook group as well. And I think David, making the most of the second half, I think he's doing something as well with his son and his wife. I'm not entirely sure. But, you know. Right. Have a good one. I'll see you for today's vlog later on tonight. Okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.